What is up, guys? 2010 Chevrolet Express 2500 basic cargo van. So today's job is we're going to try and install an aftermarket cruise control system. This one's by Rostra. It's the 250-9509. So a little bit of background here. What I tried to do, and there's a technical service bulletin out here which actually states that if you have like a 2010 or so cargo van, like if you install the wheel and then you provide GM with the clock spring, the part numbers, the wiring harness, maybe there's a wiring harness also under there, that they should be able to work up a code for you and then flash the BCM. I installed the wheel, wrote all those things down, took it to a Chevy dealership, gave them all the details and the paperwork. They're like, oh yeah, we called GM, and they're like, oh, there's gonna be a lot more to it somehow, inexplicably, and maybe they just didn't want to, or all they're used to doing is just doing oil changes and anything out of their typical day-to-day operation they didn't want to deal with. It's like, fine, okay. So I guess I have a nice new steering wheel here with some controls which don't do dick anymore. But so I guess because my better half's spouse has got a wife, or whatever the hell, has a trip coming up, and she really wants it. Like, okay, we're gonna give it a shot. So this is about $300. Bought it from M&R Electronics, and so it's, I guess, a control box, switch. I believe this component ties into the I think the brake pedal. A couple of these wires tap into, I think, the brake light switch, and maybe switchable power somewhere. I haven't gotten there. These are connectors from, I don't know, somewhere to somewhere else. It's in here. An OBD2 connector, which you can either plug this into your OBD2, which is up here, or I guess you can go to the back and just tap those wires, and I'll just deal with the plug. And if I need to actually do any sort of diagnostic, then I'll just go in later and pull out the plug and just plug in my tester. And I guess they did give me a relay if I have LED brake lights. I just had standard conventional filaments, because maybe if you have a box truck or something and the entire rear end's different, and yeah, maybe you just have like the lights on, or like LED lights, fine, whatever. Maybe because it's a current draw thing, and so you just have to use a switch relay. And I gave you some zip ties. Okay, well, I don't know what my first step is going to be, but let's take a little break, get back there. Alrighty, on to step one. I think number one, disconnected the battery, pulled off negative terminal, and then I do have a house battery system, which I also disconnected here. So there should be no voltage going to the vehicle at this point. And I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out of the way, because maybe I'll need that to remove this for my later mounting of the controller. And after that, I'm gonna go to, I guess maybe this is step 2 in the book, of tapping into the brake, I guess the white connector on the brake pedal assembly, and then I have to tap the blue and white wire with the white and brown, and then this blue wire with the pinkish wire. And I guess that should be, damn it, somewhere. Where are you? Somewhere back there. Can't see. There. Wait, that it? Yeah. There we go. There we can see it now. And I figure I'll just probably unplug that and then pull it free and then do the stripping and then solder it together per their instructions. Oh yeah, did forget to mention, this panel is attached by here and here, these two 10 millimeter bolts. And then after that, they just kind of pull on this, and then it kind of pops free. There's a little tab here. And then below that, well, I don't know. There we go, got it. And let's see. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessary to move that foam block or not. Maybe I will. Oops. Yeah, maybe to pull the foam block to get this off. We'll see. All right, so what I did is thankfully, it's just a connector. I pulled this one, unclipped it from the brake pedal, and then this one from somewhere up higher in the works, but obviously follow that. I guess maybe for reference, this part number is, it's probably not that one, it's probably this one. 2579584. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peel back some of this wrapping, strip the pink and I can't remember. Oh, hold on, it says here. The pink wire and the blue wire with white stripe. Focus. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Solder them back together. See you in a second. All right, per the instructions, I have tapped the blue and the white wire with brown stripe into the corresponding areas of the brake pedal connector, soldered those on, wrapped it up, and I think that's ready to be reinstalled. The other parts of this wiring harness, it's a yellow, a white, and a purple. Purple looks pretty long. I don't know. Skipping ahead. So LED or unconventional brake lights, that's not applicable to us. Use the main wiring harness to make connections listed below, which is these. However, since I don't have LEDs, all wires not listed for connection will not be used. So logic is telling me that possibly these additional ones are just excess, and if that's the case, then I'll address that later and snip them off and roll them up or whatever. We'll see. Okay, now we are on to the stage where we connect the connector to the accelerator pedal connection here. So I guess it's kind of in this sort of orientation. So it looks like I'll need to pull just my light a little bit, pull this out, and then it should lift off. And if it doesn't, I may have to loosen these 1, 2, 3 bolts probably to get enough room, because it looks like I've got maybe a bit of a clearance issue between I guess the top of this aluminum and the steering column, so maybe I'll have to do that. Joy. Okay, but once I do that, then I think what I do then is I plug this onto here, and then this connector onto here, and then that ultimately goes to the control box for, I guess, the processing and the controlling of the throttle itself. Okay, all right, yep, seems to be the case. 3 10 millimeters. It drops free. We'll pull on it again. Come on. Come on. Anytime one-handed, you can do this. Boom. All right. Okay, well, at least that's easy to swap out. Oh, Barry-Hella thermocouple product. Good to know. All right, now to connect these back in series. All right, yeah, as I said, okay, got this on. Got the pass-through on. I did wrap these wires a little bit of electrical tape, maybe, you know, a little bit of strain relief, make it look a little cleaner, and then we got this end, which will go to the control box, and then this fuse here. So this is, I guess this needs to get tapped into a switchable 12 volt supply, and I gotta have to find out where I'm gonna grab that in a little bit here. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take the 10 millimeters and snug the pedal back down into place where it needs to go. All right, I'm shooting this one out of sequence because I screwed up and kind of did it wrong. So this is for the control switch. Has an end with 6 unconnected connectors. And prior to this, I kind of followed the diagram, which is over here, put these together without really thinking like, oh, why couldn't they just done this? Well, the reason why is because so you can actually make a hole, fit it through the switch, then you put on the connectors. I did it. I did it. Put the connectors on, then realized, oh, son of a. So put a little pair of needle nose in here, took off the connectors, drilled the hole. For this, it's I used a 3/8 bit. Found a spot that would work on your Chevy Express. Looking at another video, there's likely 2 fasteners here. I believe the guy said a Torx T20 for both of these. Apparently mine didn't have it. I guess someone had already worked this over at some point and didn't bother to reinstall it. So potentially another tool you would need, Torx T20. And I think what I'll do is right after this, then I'll put the edit the video to put it after of actually doing these connectors in the sequence per the drawing, and then that will be ready to reinstall. Okay, next step. Now we are going to do the connector for the control switch stalk. And so per the diagram, so this bundle of wires here, it's laid out as yellow, blue stripe, black. Okay, so in this orientation here. And then with this connector, which it'll need to fit, I believe in this orientation like this. Yep, like that. So then it'll need to be blue, red, and then black. So blue, red, and blue, red, black. I'll flip those around. Slot them in the back and now connect them. Taking a break. All right, and same deal with this one. Yellow, purple, black, purple, blue, red, purple, whatever. And then brown, yellow, green. Brown, yellow, green of these. And I guess one comment here, these, snapped them in the bottom, kind of a bitch to have them wiggling around and such. So, maybe not use your whole strength on them, but, do be prepared to wiggle it a little bit to get them to actually snap together. And then once I get everything together, I'll probably once again just give a little wrap the electrical tape. Make it look a little less jankety, because I'm certainly not a professional. I'm just a big old idiot just trying to figure it out here. So thank you for your patience. Okay, so update. Got this panel put back in, drilled, run through, set, and then came through, put these connectors back on, connected it here. Now at this point, this end is goes in this middle one here. I'll do this later because when I have 2 hands. On the accelerator pedal, we already talked about that. Got that here, got the inline. This one will plug in here. And also on this connector, we have the switchable 12-volt power. I decided instead of tapping the ignition wire, it's up in here, and I think I could probably have traced it into here and just tapped it. I think I'm going to take an alternative approach, and what I'm instead going to do to not cut wires is I'm going to go to the fuse box underneath the seat and tap into one of the fuse positions with this. It's like a little add a fuse device. And then get the switched 12-volt power from that. Run that line underneath, not the carpet, but the little vinyl pad, and then connect to here, and then sync that up to, I guess, power the control box itself. And oh, what's left? Yeah, I still need to put the connector for the brake pedal back, and then tie up those wires. And then finally the OBD connector to get the, I guess, vehicle data. I figured just vehicle speed from the OBD port to the control box. All right, taking a break. All right, so quick check-in. I got the control box here, zip tied in place. It feels pretty steady. I think that should be clear because that foam block, it attaches here and here, and then the panel, the fasteners for the cosmetic panels attach here and here. I think we're clear there. Got the OBD2 in, round up, kind of loosely zip tied there, and we're gonna snug it in some other places before we fully commit. This one I'm going to take the slack up and also cinch that one down, and then I still need to do a little bit of work to make this look a little more tidy before pulling the seat and doing the tab for the power. Okay, what I did was, all right, so actually, yeah, seat's out, fuse panel covers off. Did a little bit of research for a switched 12-volt switched circuit to grab onto, and I think one of the things I said was F19, so compass. I'm like, okay, well, we got that. We got that in the dashboard. It should be a fairly low draw. It's a 10 amp circuit, and so then I added the fuse tap. I put in this is a bit of a 5 amp fuse for the output, and then that's going to run here. It is going to be double fused up here. I looked at that one. That's a 3 amp, and so if anything does short out between here and body, it should just arc off and just pop this one. Otherwise, 3 amp up here should keep the electronics fairly safe. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a big old screwdriver, pop this up, and then run this under here, and then this one I'm going to also snake under here and meet up and then join them together, and then that should be power. And I think after that I'll have a little more buttoning up of these wire runs to do, but then I think I'll be about ready for a test. Stay tuned. Okay, this is going to be the last one sober before we do a driving test. So, tree cap control module here with the, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4 connectors. So this one was the, I think, accelerator pedal, probably. Connected. Geez, can't even remember anymore. OBD2 is over here. The brake. Let's see, we got that. Yep, got that here. Here on one end, white side on the other. Yep, okay, we can see that. What the hell else is there? Oh yeah, we got the 12-volt power here, so run underneath the vinyl. Loops back in the fuse box here as we saw. Oh yeah, I gotta get the seat connector, or the seat alarm, whatever. When I put the seat back, I think that's just about everything. Put the seat in. I'll leave these panels out just to do a road test. Oh yeah, the controls through, around, plugged in here. I think that's everything. I guess we're gonna find out. Cross my fingers. All right, so we got her started. No arrow lights, that's a good sign. Seatbelt's not connected yet. Okay, check the switch. Power's on. Okay, also a good sign. So let's take her on down the road, see what happens. I'm gonna take her to just a little above 35. I don't know if there's a lower set point for this system. I didn't actually read it. System's on, gonna hit the set button here at about, take it to 36. brakes. It's set. And I think it's doing it. Let me hit the accelerate button. It's doing it. Holy crap. I think I figured it out, and I think it did it. And it's working. Okay, all right. That's a big stress off my shoulders. I was super worried about this. Cool. All right, thank you everyone.